Hi, don't mind my appearance. I just finished a like an hour yoga class that I did do on my personal page. If you wanted to work out, it's a great little doozy. It's only an hour, but I am completely sweaty right now from it. But I did, while I'm nice and warmed up, I did want to do a little tutorial. So I did my crow tutorial, and actually in my yoga class, I did a lot of chair twist and I did some crescent twists, getting warmed up for side crow. So I wanted to just kind of share some of my little tips and tricks and ways that I use to get into side crow. So, okay, perfect, you can see me. So to start, chair. Chair is our one way to get in, but for side crow, what I like to do is I actually like to come more to a skier squat so that my hips are really low. Maybe I'll go sideways. Hips are really low, arms are reaching forward. And a good warm up here is to literally start here, seeing if you can get your hips low, because when we twist and when we do any of our side twists, we want our hips lower than our heart. So from here, we can bring our hands now together and we can warm up by bringing our elbow to our knee, working on those hips lower than our heart, sinking down. So this would be step one for warming up the side. Then step two would be to practice opening up those arms, working on stacking our shoulders one on top of another, because when we do the side crow, this is kind of, both of our arms are down, but this is what we're holding on to. We're twisting a lot in our core, so to practice this. Then, just that alone right there, my thighs are shaking. So that's step one and step two, starting with those chair twists. Then coming down into a very low squat, now we're gonna lift up our heels. We wanna be on the balls of our feet. So starting just by practice balancing here, seeing if maybe you can lift up a little bit off your heels. This is great strength. But also we're gonna twist. So staying on your heels, working on our knees coming forward while we're twisting our heart and our shoulders over towards the side. So we have this twisting action here. Staying here and holding this, you're feeling it all in this side body. You're working those side muscles. You're squeezing your belly in. So this is the next step, step three. Now, when you do side crow, you want to have chaturanga arms. So chaturanga arms are our 90-degree, like a shelf. So this is what I always call like my shelf, because a lot of times maybe your knees or your hips or something's going to be kind of resting on your arm. So when we twist, so we're on the balls of our feet, we're going to twist over. And so for the first one, to find these chaturanga arms, I use two connection points. I have my elbow and my knee, and then I also do my elbow to my hip. And so as I have my hands flat on the floor, I'm twisting over. My knee and elbow are already connected. But as I start to bend into those arms, my elbow and my hip point are gonna connect. And then I'm gonna lean my heart forward. I don't wanna tuck my head down. Just like in crow, you don't wanna tuck down. If you tuck down, you're gonna fall down. We wanna keep reaching and looking out, because I wanna balance out. So I want my gaze to be somewhere out here, not back at my feet. So as I lift my gaze out, my elbow and my hip now connect, and now maybe I can create that shelf. So now my feet can float up, okay? So my feet are floating. So that's one step for side crow, is getting those feet up off the ground. So I'm gonna do it now on the other way, so that as I tip over, you can see the other side of me. So I'm gonna go through those same steps again. So, it's tiring. I did a good workout today. All right, so we have chair, and then we're gonna hinge forward. So the skier squat is one. And then we want to twist now. So twisting, hips are low, lower than my heart. Then opening up my wings. Hips are still lower than my heart. Now to transition from here, bringing that arm down, working up to the balls of my feet, heels start to lift, my knees get lower. I can now plant both hands down. Heart is looking out and away as I begin to bend into my arms to lift up my feet. Okay, so that's side crow, both sides. Now the variation of side crow is to also extend those legs out, which I think makes it look really cool. So I'm gonna go back to my original side because that's my better side. So on the balls of my feet, knees are forward, hips are back, both hands come out to the side. Now eventually you don't want to use this other hip point. You don't want to have that elbow and that hip connected. You just want to use the elbow and the knee. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate that way. So although I'm twisting over, my elbow and my knee are connected. Those are going to be the only two things now that connect. And just like crow, envisioning somebody lifting you up by your belt, by your hips, that's the same thing that's going to happen here. So as I lift my gaze forward, now I just have my knee and my elbow lifted. So now my top leg's going to go backwards, my bottom leg comes forward, and I'm just on that elbow, and I come back. Whew. Let's try that on the other side. Keep it nice and balanced. So same thing, starting on the balls of our feet, twisting over to the side. Now I just want that elbow and knee connection. Fingertips are all facing towards the side. Heart is going to go forward. Hips are lifted up high. Hips are high. Straightening that front leg. Kicking back the top leg. Breathing, breathing, and then coming back down. Whew. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful for some of you who are looking for some tips to take flight in side crow. And also, if you want just another workout routine or just try somebody else's flow, please check out my personal page and try my video, and also leave some tips and tricks on there. If you have any suggestions, anything else, please leave your comments below. I hope you all have a fantastic Saturday. Make sure you do something that fills up your cup. Spread some love, spread some kindness, smile. Thank you.